Hello and welcome back to the RSC. Excuse my blunder right there. We'll fix that in post. But joining me here on the desk is MD with Wiz Producing. And we're going to have some fantastic matchups here for both rival and prospect. How you doing, MD?
Doing pretty good. Good job on flubbing the entrance, by the way. We love to see that. NA production, everybody.
Yep, happens every once in a while. Definitely did that before. But our matchup tonight, we have for rival at 1050, Hammerheads from Shark Attack and Barracudas from Tyrants of the Sea, an underwater matchup for both of these teams. And Hammerheads have been on a tear. This is about their third appearance here on stream during the regular season. And I believe the Barracudas have also been on stream several times. So we've gotten a good look at both of these teams, and it's going to shape out to be a pretty good one.
Am I seeing the wrong stuff here? Because that still says match day 11. I'm not quite. I'm sorry. I'm a little confused because I thought we were streaming Merchants and Turbulence, but we kind of have the wrong overlay at the moment. But we'll again fix it. That'll be fixed in post. But yeah, it's actually Merchants versus Turbulence. There we go. There's the right schedule. we got everything going on. We're a little scuffed. Don't worry. We're making it work.
Yep, but on both sides.
Yeah. It's all good though. But no, so Merchants versus Turbulence, the King's Court versus Remove Before Flight, and this is going to be a pretty decent matchup. From what I can see, Merchants are 30-18 right now. Turbulence coming in at 20-28. So I believe Merchants are pretty secure at this point to go into the playoff hunt, whereas Turbulence are on the outside looking in, and I don't know if they're even mathematically able to make it, because I believe this is the last day, correct? Like, at least for some of these tiers.
I believe so. It's very close to... Yeah, this is definitely the last matchup. I think the only way they can't be mathematically... Actually, no, they are mathematically eliminated, so they're just playing to make some chaos. Merchants have already secured themselves.
All right, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the overall team stats, see the tail of the tape, as it were. Like I said, Merchants are coming in 30-18, Turbulence coming in 20-28. Merchants across the board, on paper, should win this game. I mean, 126 goals on the season, 371 shots, 33.96 shooting percentage, 91 assists, and 192 saves. That's just... I mean, it seems like, at the very least, Turbulence does have good defense, because their goals versus compared to Merchants is actually lower.
Yeah, it definitely seems like they're pretty good on defense, but I think that does come out of more of like the middle game. They might be a lot better forcing some pressure, just maybe not able to take too much advantage of it. But either way, they're definitely not on defense the entire time, because even though you are mathematically eliminated already, you're still going up against a team that has already secured their own spot. They've got more goals than you and way more saves, but you still have less saves and less goals. So you've definitely done something right tonight, or done something right throughout the regular season, and maybe you can cause some chaos here if you don't let them get a hold of you.
Yeah, I mean, if Turbulence could pull out even just a 3-1 or just split the series, it would throw a little bit of a wrench into the plans of the rest of the tier, and just see exactly how it ends up. As we take a look at the player stats now, we're going to go ahead and look at Merchants first. Now, unfortunately, we weren't able to remove stats for Gage. We do have both of his stats from when I believe when he was in either Challenger or Prospect. But so his name does appear on here twice. Unfortunately, there's nothing that we can do about that. But looking at the overall stats for the team as a whole, we have Pizza Flavored leading the way, 47 games. Looks like they've played every single game this season. And then we have Tacos, Wild Dragon, and ThatHomieGage. And looking across on the stat line, I mean, even though Tacos only has 28 games played, that shooting percentage is incredible.
Yeah, that's definitely incredible, and considering all of them have over a 30% shooting accuracy is definitely impressive. But if I remember right, this team likes to swap out their roster and have everybody play throughout the match. So usually it looks like they definitely play Pizza Flavor for the most part. And then between Tacos Bruh, Wild Dragon, and Gage, they're just swapping each other out every so often, every 2-3 games. And it's definitely been working for them, and they've stuck together the entire season.
And one thing I would like to point out is you look at Pizza Flavor's games and goals. 47 games, 47 goals. That means he is averaging a goal a game. So that is a very impressive stat. I mean, you don't really see that too often where your games and your goals equal each other.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then Tacos Bro with 44 demos, probably going to look for some carnage out on the pitch tonight.
Going to go ahead and take a look at Turbulence now. Overall, on paper, once again, the Turbulence are actually coming in with really good stats. We have MrKankleMeat, I love that name, by the way, willbong, Detroeux, and Detroux. But again, all these guys are shooting at a very decent percentage. I mean, everybody's just either over or just about 30%. 28 demos coming from Kankle, 41 from Will, 33 from Detroux. So they're definitely a demo-heavy team, and we'll be looking to shake things up.
Demo heavy, and that could go really well for Kankle as well, as we see 108 shots. That's pretty impressive, 20 more than anybody else on his team. And especially with those demos, if you get into the back line, Kankle's been putting them on target. All that you got to do is kill that demo, that third player, and you might be able to see that one go all the way downtown into the back of your own net.
So now that I believe we do have everybody in here at this moment in time, and we do. So Sauce, obviously, tail of the tape would make you think that Merchants should, have this handedly. But what are your predictions going into this? I mean, do you think Turbulence will be able to throw a little bit of a wrench into the works, or do you think that Merchants are going to just completely outright dominate this game?
I definitely think Merchants are probably going to have the upper hand, but I don't think it's going to be as one-sided as we think. I think I'm going to lean more towards a 2-2. I haven't seen Merchants lose a series yet on stream, and I think this is their third, maybe their fourth on stream, and they've done well every single time, even though they've been swapping players out. But I think Turbulence is going to have something here tonight that's going to throw a wrench into their plans for seeding.
Game already underway. We're about 30 seconds in. willbong does get this to the sidewall here. Gage is going to have possession of the ball. Looking for another touch. Has 12 boosts in a dream. Unable to get it by Detroux. Detroux trying to send it downfield, but it's caught off by Dragon. Tacos Bruh's up, get the save. It's an easy save right at the moment. ThatHomieGage is going to try to put this to the middle. Detroux is already there and is trying to put another touch on target. Wild Dragon tries to push up. Looking for a bump is Detroux. The ball's going to fall in front of the net. Is anybody going to clear it? It barely gets out by Taco. And Merchants will try to get out of here.
Yeah, already some offensive pressure for Turbulence, throwing them off their game just a little bit. And that one, oh no, just barely missing the ball in the back line. Tacos Bruh is going to be able to slot that one in as it falls right back to him on low boost. That could have been a goal for the Turbulence, instead just on the back line. Wasn't able to throw it in, but Merchants take advantage of the misstep, and now we've got one gold lead for the Merchants. See what they can do with it so far.
I have to say, that was an impressive pass from Gage. I think he was looking for the shot, and Taco just happened to be sitting in the right spot at the right time, so Merchants will go up early. Taco's trying to continue the trend right now, unable to get the second touch. Will's going to send this downfield. It's already right at, I believe that was, who was that up there? That was Taco on the sidewall there. Could not tell what was going on. Desu trying to get this to the middle. Is able to get it by Gage. Is anybody there for the follow-up? No. Dragon will clear this away. Great clear by her. Taco has possession. Pops it over one. Able to get it past. Gage does get a demo on Desu. Taco's going to move this into the corner. Maybe look for a pass at the center here. Low boost in a dream. Able to get it to the center. Is anybody going to get the follow-up? There's Gage. A great pass from Taco.
Yeah, Tacos, bro, didn't look like he was going to have enough boost to get there, but he just gets enough of a touch And then Detroux following with 0 boost of his own, just can't catch back up to that ball. Just falls straight in the middle, and Gage able to read that one easily. And now it looks like they're going to have their offensive possession again. Detroux waiting in the middle, gets it around 2, only needs it around Tacos, bro. Has the flick, gets around 1, off the backboard, no threat. Back into the corner, looking for a slot of their own. Back to the defense of the Turbulence, and they've been struggling there tonight. Haven't been able to break out hardly at all outside of that one possession we saw early into the match, and then went back the other way. So they definitely have to work to find ways to pass it out to teammates, maybe get those stronger clears, and we might be able to see them break out just long enough.
Will's going to try to send this downfield, has it up the middle, has to get it by 1. Is anybody there? It's going to be off target. Merchants are going to run away with this one at the moment. Dragon trying to get it by Detroux, unable to. Here comes Taco to bail her out. Taco, one more touch. Can he get it by the defense? No, it's going to go off to the side. Detroux is there, unable to make the read. Neither is Gage, and Detroux will be able to clear this away.
Yeah, I'm starting to see some opportunities arise for Turbulence. They definitely are gaining momentum just a little bit. They're able to get the ball around the defense, but it just comes down to that follow-up. They don't really have anybody to follow up on touches they need to, but they are getting it past most of the defenders, all 3, if not just 2. But it's creating momentum, it's creating space, and maybe we'll be able to see some panic come out later on. Dragon's shot blocked out of the way. Tacos, bro, that one's on target, and it's a pretty hard shot too. He's gonna find the back of the net, and now they're gonna have quite a bit of insurance going into the last minute and a half of the game.
Man, Will was trying to get a much better clear there, unable to get the follow-up touch. Taco reads him the whole entire way, puts it off the sidewall and into the back of the net. Merchants are taking control of this game, 3-0. Turbulence are struggling quite a bit here. I mean, they're getting decent touches when they need to, but they're just unable to find each other. And so Merchants are just running all over them. Dragon trying to get this to the middle, looking for a teammate, gets the pinch. There's Taco already up. Gage is already waiting. Trying to get it by 1, manages to get by 1 defender, trying to get the Doomsday Dish, unable to, and blocks his own teammate. Wow, Dragon's gonna want that one back.
Having some fun out there, blocking each other's shot. Gage is just ready in the exact spot at the right time. And the Turbulence just doesn't really have an answer right now to anything that the Merchants are doing. It looked like they had some chances of hope, just seeing the gaps they were able to exploit a little bit and force some pressure, but they aren't able to hold it, and a lot of that has to do with rotations right now. I said it before that they were having issues following up on plays where they were needed. They weren't able to follow up on potential shots. There's a potential right there, but both teammates all the way in the back. Maybe you work down the rotations a little bit, play a little bit wider, and you might be able to see some passes out into the middle, make some contact with the back of the net, or even some demos as we see Detroux get one of their own. But all the way back, Detroux's got a hit, keeping it off to the side. Tacos Bro just doesn't have any boost, neither does Detroux, but with 10 seconds left, it's not going to be enough effort to get themselves back into the lead.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's all done and dusted. Merchants put on an absolute clinic, putting up 4 goals and completely shutting out Turbulence. Tacos Bruh leading the way for his team. 2 goals, 2 assists on 2 shots with a save, picking up the cycle. Tacos is playing a phenomenal game already, and Gage with the follow-up as well, with 2 goals of his own. Dragon managed to get an assist and a save. Turbulence are kind of just looking for answers right now, wondering exactly what they can do. I mean, we know they're out of the playoff picture, but you gotta at least keep fighting, even off of a tough loss like that.
Yeah, definitely working rotations is probably going to help them out a bit. They're a little stacked, stacking up behind each other, 1, 2, 3, and it's just making it so they can't really respond properly to any hit. They're all out on the same side. And it looks like Willbong is going to be swapping out to bring in Kankle. Kind of surprised Kankle didn't start out the game. Maybe it was a plan to maybe throw the Merchants off or get everybody some playing time in the closing match of the season, but we'll see if that makes a difference. in the rotation style, see how they play against the Merchants. But if you're the Merchants, you really don't want to switch up anything you've been doing. You've been filling up space and just really doing a great job just getting it to each other, as I believe all of those goals were assisted.
I believe so. Yeah, I think everybody got involved. Everybody was assisting the ball. We do have Kankle in, so we got everybody back onto the field. KankleMeat's now into the fold. We'll see if that change will do anything for Turbulence, or if Merchants will continue running away with this game.
Yeah, we'll see if they can make some more space. Good 50 by Detroeux in the corner. Wild Dragon's the only one back. Does get a good enough touch to clear it out, and they're just not able to find each other on the clears out of defense just yet. Detroeux with another great save. Detroux is just really struggling with boost right now. I think that's the biggest thing I've noticed out of them. Detroux just not able to put that one on target. Kankle following up with 0 boost of his own, hoping for a shot, but Detroux hasn't had a full boost tank in, it seems like, ages, and they're just flailing at the ball, trying to find anything they can. And it hasn't gone too badly so far, but they haven't been able to get the ball to each other too much. But they are generating some offensive pressure still on the Merchants side of the field, as Tacos makes a great touch, but Detroux's a little bit awkward, gets the flick, going to the corner. KankleMeat with the save off the post.
Detroux has the ball, tried to pop it over Gage. Gage managed to meet it to the ball. Detroux trying to get a shot on target. There's Tacos, able to get a clear. Wild Dragon misses. Kankle's going to put this off corner, maybe look for a follow-up touch. Gage is able to clear it to the side, off to a teammate. Tacos trying to take control, gets immediately 50'd by Detroux. Detroux looking for a pass. It's immediately touched by Wild Dragon, and now Gage has the breakaway. Only has to get by one, is unable to get it by Kankle, but Tacos is there to bail him out. Wild Dragon coming in with the shot. Here comes Taco again, but Detroux passes up the field to Kankle, who's low on boost, but is trying to get a 50 and gets demo for his efforts.
Opening right here. Detroux's going to find the back of the net. That's their first goal of the series. Great heads-up play by Detroux, knowing they can't get a shot, but gets it just high enough off the back wall to be a pass out, and forces that defender to fly out and try to hit the ball. And Detroux's just there in the right spot at the right time. It looks like their rotations have definitely changed a little bit with Kankle. Kankle's got a little bit more speed and more just press into their step to just try and make something happen. Is this one going to go in? There's no one back.
Yeah, I saw Dragon push up for her demo. She did get the demo, but then both Gage and Tacos committed on this ball. So Detroux's able to just walk this down the field, and Turbulence take a sudden 2-goal lead after being completely shut out in the last game. I mean, that was 5 minutes of scoreless Rocket League, and right now, Merchants are struggling to get any goals into the back of the net.
Yeah, the switch was very much needed for Turbulence. It felt like it could have been too early, but I guess they knew what they were doing. They were planning for this, and it's definitely worked out in their favor so far, but they still have 2.5 minutes yet to hold. Detroux starting the offensive pressure out yet again, and that one's nearly going to get by. Tacos with a fantastic save off the post. Kankle keeping this one in, fakes out Tacos, just forcing them to make a weak touch out. Detroux gets the boost steal in the corner. Stays a little tight with the ball, but Detroux's there to clear it away. 2 players in the middle, not going to get saved, and then Merchants are going to have a breakout potential goal coming out. Detroux makes a save of their own before they can get out, and this one's another clean save, and they are getting absolutely killed on the returns.
There's just, so it looked like Gage went for a demo. He traded with someone, but he didn't have a teammate back, and Detroux's just able to send this all the way downfield. Turbulence are suddenly up 3-0, a completely different game than what we saw in game 1. It seems like the introduction of Kankle has absolutely changed the way this Turbulence roster plays.
I'm definitely curious as to what would have happened in game 1, if it still would have been a similar matchup as what we're seeing now, or if it would have been closer to a game 1. But it's just seemed like the introduction of Kankle is what's really doing it for him. That one barely off the mark, able to be saved away, but Yeah, we're seeing some more demos come out, and I think that's really benefiting Turbulence a lot more than we have with the Merchants. The Merchants just kind of really rely on those passes around the middle, around the back net, or around the back post rather, and it's just kind of not working as they're not giving them enough space, and Detroux's gonna get another one.
This is just a complete breakdown by Merchants. Dragon unable to make the touch, Gage unable to make the touch, and Taco is just backwards. Couldn't get the read that he needed. Ends up carrying it into the goal himself. This is a complete turnaround from game one, and suddenly Merchants are on the back of a 4-0 deficit.
It's almost unheard of to just, I mean, it's not unheard of, but it's just the introduction of one player. You can't really think it's going to do that much of a difference to just change the entire outcourse of a game, but the Merchants have just, they've been playing really back. They feel like been respecting the Turbulence offense, and they haven't been challenging early enough, and they get a little bit awkward on defense, and they're just generating opportunities, and Turbulence are just taking every single mistake and just waiting for double commits, waiting for a triple commit, and then they're just shooting it into the back of the net, and it's been working out time and time again so far.
That's a great catch by Kankle, but unfortunately unable to do anything with it. Gage has a wide open net to shoot at. Kankle's got a backflip. Finally, Gage breaks the drought. Finally starts some scoring, but with 21 seconds to go, you have to wonder, well, at this point, it usually is too little too late. We have seen some crazy things, but the way Turbulence has been playing in this game, I don't expect them to drop 3 goals in 21 seconds.
Yeah, that would be... that one would be not ideal for Turbulence to potentially drop 3 goals off the rip, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen here. They've got possession, they've got offensive control. This one's going to fly out into the middle. Wild Dragon's going to get a very nice touch out into the middle. Taco's bro just can't find the angle, and time goes out before Wild Dragon can put that one into the back of the net. And we're going to end out with a 1-1 series before we go into game number 3, as Merchants are requesting a new server.
Yeah, we are getting a server change request, so we'll go ahead and take care of that. So, honestly, Sauce, I'm not sure exactly what we expected. I mean, the change, bringing in Kankle was just seemed to electrify the Turbulence offense and just the players in general as they come out of nowhere. They had a 4-goal lead. Merchants were able to get the 1 goal at the very end there, but it's not like you said, it's not unheard of. But the fact that they were able to score that many goals, and just it seemed like Merchants were having a lot of communication breakdowns. I'm not sure exactly what happened there.
Yeah, I'm not either. It was just like they played a lot more loose and challenged a little bit quicker comparatively to that first game, and I think it was just because Kankle would play a little bit faster and force the issue a lot more. It just opened up Detroux to get the boost where he needed to. Detroux could wait in the middle, and it would just be one after the other, just shot after shot. Two assists out of combined from Detroux and Kankle, and it really just opened up the door for Detroux to get those shots where he needed to. We saw some pretty open shots as well.
Yeah, it had a lot of open opportunities. I mean, the double and triple commits coming out of Merchants was unexpected. I mean, they played really solid that first game. We do have everybody back in here, so if you want to tell them they're good to go, they can get back. We can get started with game 3. But yeah, I at this point it could go either way. I know Turbulence are happy that they got that win, because now if they keep performing the way they are, they're really gonna throw a wrench into the plans of everybody in their league, in their tier rather. Unless this is split by conferences, I do not remember, but it's just going to be wild.
I believe they are in different conferences, but again, we're seeing more offense start to build. Detroux does get demoed for Zephyr.
Oh my.
Taco's bro is up, Wild Dragon also up, and now the homie Gage is going to be left to his own devices. Detroux's going to try and put this one in, does get it on target. Dragon's there a little bit too early, and this one's going to go back to the middle. Gage trying to clear that one away. Kankle leaves it as he's not able to get a good touch off of it. That one's going on target, and Wild Dragon, she puts a fantastic shot, putting it behind the defender, making it just that much harder.
That was a great bump in midair bump from Gage to open the net for his teammate. Wild Dragon puts on a stellar shot. She's going to put her team on top early, and now we're starting to see more of that Merchants offense. They seem to have lit up after that, after the lobby reset, and after at least getting that one goal at the end of game 2.
Yeah, getting that first goal off the rip, Tacos were able to respond, keeping that one out, and now they have an opening here. See if anyone can get back. They're not going to get back. Wild Dragon's going to get a second one.
Good demo.
Play another pass.
Yeah, Taco just being an absolute menace, taking out everybody in his way. Gage is able to get a layup over to Wild Dragon. Wild Dragon will put in a second one now. Great shot from her. It was literally teed up for her. Gage has another one. Has possession, drops it down to Taco. Taco to the backboard, unable to drop it down enough. But Merchants will stay on offense here as Gage has possession of the ball. Finally gets 50.
Yeah, I do want to say I did mention earlier that it seemed like Merchants really like to wait for a pass around the backboard or around the net, not necessarily an inside pass. And they're playing a little bit more patient here as well compared to that last game. They just kind of seem to want to overcommit and try to force something to happen, and it didn't work out last game, but now they're getting some demos, and it's leaving those pass options back open again, and it's been working out for them so far. Taco's up early and gonna get the redirect, and now we're gonna have a reversal, and it seems like it's back to game 1 all over again.
That is a great pinch from Gage to get that over to Taco. Taco sees his teammate, got it into the middle, turns very quickly, and is able to get in the back of the net. And now Merchants 3-0. We're only about 2 minutes in to this game now, and Merchants are putting on a scoring clinic.
Yeah, putting on a clinic. They won another one. Back in the middle, Gage nearly finds it. Detroux gets it around 1. The net is currently open. See if we're going to get a demo out of it. Gets cut off before anybody else can get to it. And Tacos Bra gets the clear out. Kankle with a 50, not going his way. Tacos Bra just too light of a shot. And Turbulence is going to take back control. Not out of their half yet, but Wild Dragon with another demo, and they've been out for blood this game. I think we've seen probably 4 go off for them already. Wild Dragon wants a hat trick.
Wants a hat trick, and she'll get it. That is a great pass from Gage to get it by the defense, and Wild Dragon gets a good touch to get it by Detroux. Detroux was demoed, unable to do anything, and Wild Dragon is 3 for 3 on her shots right now, so she's playing absolutely fantastically and being an absolute menace and a great striker.
Great striker. Didn't see it out of game 1 or 2 from her, but she's doing a lot better in this game and definitely taking advantage of some mistakes and opportunities where they are. And also with a great rotation all the way back to back post as well, so showing that she can do it on all sides of the ball. And it's been working out so far. Still 2 minutes. Definitely a lot that can go wrong or right as Merchants get their 5th, and Gage is going to find another one. Trying to
great
hat trick
50.
himself.
Yeah, that was a great 50 over to Gage. Gage has 4 assists in this game, by the way. He's been absolutely feeding his teammates. Finally gets one of his own from off of a great 50 from Taco. And this is just, oh my goodness, is that going in too? It is! We have kickoff shenanigans, everybody, and we might be seeing a Brazil.
Well, to get a Brazil, we're gonna have to see a goal out of Turbulence, and I don't even know if they've had one shot this whole game. It's not looked very good so far for them. They've just been kind of all over, overcommitting, and just kind of not setting each other up. As we see, Detroux does get a cut on Kankle. Detroux, it's like they're just colliding with each other. It seems like the comms might be breaking down a little bit, and they're getting a little flustered as they're not able to take advantage of things that need to be happening. And down 6 already, you've got to take this time that you have left in this game.
What a 50.
Great 50. It's just not going to be going to anybody. Wild Dragon's up to clear it away before anyone else can do anything. And it's just they're not able to respond properly. It's going back and forth. Touches aren't going where they need to. And they're also on low boost as well.
Yeah, so right now we have Kankle in the corner. He's going to try looking for a pass to the middle. Gage unable to make that touch. Detroux will get it into the back of the net. And now this just sets them up for Brazil. So they either got to hold Merchants to keep them from getting one more goal, or they got to score another one themselves. So we just got to see what's going to happen. With 54 seconds to go, this could go anybody's way.
And that was a great response from Turbulence, trying to get a goal of their own. They found it. They got a pass off as well. Pretty good pass at that, too. Another one right here. Detroux is going to be able to get the shot on target, and they're going to avoid the Brazil. And they're starting to find their momentum again.
We avoid Brazil for now, but if Merchants score, we can still potentially go to Barcelona. We're going to have to wait and see exactly what's going to happen. Merchants have been playing fantastically this whole entire game. Turbulence finally starting to heat up. Maybe they got their comms situation figured out, but at the moment, this is all Merchants.
Yeah, it's all Merchants so far, unless we see another goal go off. KankleMeat finds it, and the last couple of goals have gone off fast enough that they have 29 seconds left to go. I don't want to say anything too early, but if you're the Merchants, you can't let your foot off the gas yet. You've got to find a way to respond, at least get a clear out of your own end, get a better kickoff. But they're not going to get to this one first, and they're going to have an offensive play, but it was a great time break, throwing it down the other way. They're going to get a touch here. That one nearly finds the back of the net, and now the time is starting to dwindle in favor of the Merchants.
Man, could you imagine if they had managed to do that, as Merchants will get one more to say we're not allowing ourselves to lose that much of a lead. I mean, what a strong start of a comeback from Turbulence, but Merchants finally shut it down. 6 seconds to go, 4-goal lead. There's nothing going on here. This is all Merchants. They will take game number 3. We try to have some kickoff shenanigans, but we're going to move into game 4 off of a dominating performance from Merchants.
Yeah, I do want to still say that Turbulence, that response, like super late in the game, if it happened a little bit earlier, this game could have ended up differently. We saw it in Rival, a 4-goal comeback within a minute and a half. We saw it before. It definitely could have happened again, but the Merchants definitely locked it back down. Knew what needed to be done, played it a lot more safe on that last kickoff, and found their way back to a 7-3. But yeah, just an overall great job by Gage. Wild Dragon got it started. Tacos, bro, fantastic clears on their part, and it's just gone back their way, but they have to do it one more time. And going from what we saw in game 2, they do have flaws, and they can be taken advantage of. But if they start out hot, get a goal early, it can definitely go back into their favor.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look at the shot totals, Merchants putting up 13 shots? 13, 12? 12? I'm bad at math, don't mind me. But
I believe it's 13.
Okay, so 13 shots versus, I think it's 6. Like, that is an insane amount of shots to be putting on target as we move into game number 4. No other changes. We're going to be playing the same exact lineups. Game 4, life on the line for Turbulence to try to split this series or go down in the 3-1, whereas Merchants are more than happy to take anything at this point, considering they are already secure. But obviously, they would like to get this 3-1 just for extra insurance, as Taco gets a demo. Dragon is going to be able to put this in the back of the net.
Yep, put it in the back of the net. saying goodbye. Wild Dragon just waiting patiently, knowing all the defenders have gotten demoed. I think that's really been the crux recently for the Merchants. They've been getting those demos off pretty consistently, and kickoff shenanigans, and 2-0. Only 16 seconds off the clock. It's exactly the start that the Merchants wanted to have.
After Taco clears the way for Dragon, Dragon gets the assist for him. Good team play between the two, and just a great kickoff from Dragon. She did the exact type of kickoff she needed. Managed to kill it, give it over to Taco, and now they have a 2-goal lead. Turbulence are scrambling on defense right now as Merchants just keep peppering the back of the net.
Yeah, peppering the back of the net. Gage looking for another one. Does get a little bit of space here for Detroux, and just met way too early by Taco's bro. No one underneath. Almost gets the pinch off the ground. Wild Dragon with a lot of power finds another goal. And this, like I said, it's the start they wanted. It's the start they had in games 1 and 3, and now 4 as well.
Merchants coming out with some fire right now. They're wanting to put Turbulence down, but the more goals they scored, the later we're gonna get into the night, as we still do have another matchup after this. But Merchants don't care. They're just running up the scoreboard right now. That's a great shot from Detroux, but Gage is able to clear it away.
Yeah, I would really like to see the Turbulence just to come out with a lot of speed. They don't really have anything to play for except chaos, and if I know anybody that's in the playoff bracket, as long as you're not the Merchants, everybody loves chaos. Everybody wants to see some team go down that they wouldn't otherwise expect it, and I think just picking up the speed and pace, just finding those boost pads and getting some more efficient lines with those speed, you can do a lot of damage to a team that likes to play structured and organized.
That's a great read from Dragon to prevent that shot from going on target. Here comes Tacos to the side. Desu is going to be able to clear this away. Picks up the boost. Looks like Desu was already there. There's Detroux with a shot, but Wild Dragon is already in net. Gets bunned for her efforts. Gage doesn't have the boost to reach this, and it's going to drop down to Taco. Gets 50 by Desu. Desu looking for another touch. Can they get it? It's in the middle. Somebody there. No. Unfortunate touch there. Kankle was trying to read it, unable to get it. There goes Taco down the other side. It is 4-0, 2:55 to go.
Another missed opportunity. We've seen it before. KankleMeat nearly had it on the goal line, and then just not enough speed coming back. Overcommitted, felt like he needed to. Still 3 minutes left to go, but now you're down 4 goals. We saw it in games 1, technically 2 and 3. For different teams, but it's just, once it starts to cascade, it seems like it's really hard to come back from. But we saw Turbulence get 3 unanswered goals earlier and late in the game. If they can maybe start to pull it off in 2 minutes to go, they might still stand a chance, especially as they've been able to get some kickoff goals. Maybe just do something different, and anything different could definitely throw off Merchants if they aren't expecting it. Potential pass goes off right there. Taco's bro. Double commit comes off. Dragon's low on boost. Desu's got enough. KankleMeat gonna play it a little safe. Wait for Gage to hit the ball. Detroux just starting to lose possession of it. Taco's bro is gonna be a little bit too fast. And now they're gonna have to reset once again. Gage is playing ultra aggressive. They're not giving them any space to do anything. And that's definitely the best response here for the Merchants.
Gage pops it over one, looking for a bump. Detroux is able to clear this away. Tacos bro is already down, looking for a second, unable to find it. Gage over to Dragon. Dragon with the shot on target. Can they get a save? Yes. Kankle's in the right place, able to get the clear. Desu gets a demo. Low on boost. Maybe looking for a 50 here. Able to get it by Gage, but unable to get it by Taco, but he does get the bump.
Let's get the bump. And they're gonna have another opportunity. A decent amount of boost here for Desu. Gets the 50 off the backboard. Tacos are not able to get it. Wild Dragon does make the save just off the line. Detroux's not able to read it. Still working into the corner, but Gage, we know he's got plenty of
what a pop.
Control. Great pop. Desu's gonna have to put that one on the goal line. And Tacos Bra able to keep possession. Disu on low boost. Detroux waiting in the back. Gonna get a shot off. Go a little bit too wide. Off the crossbar, off the post. The double doink of Dread. Doom and Despair. And now they're gonna get away with it on the defensive side. KankleMeat with a great clear. Detroux with a redirect. Wild Dragon's gonna have to dive to clear that one. Seeing some pretty good mechanics go off back and forth.
What a touch. Gage unable to drop it down. 30 seconds to go. At this point, it's all done and dusted. Merchants are going to take this game in stride. Dragon looking to get a touch. Can she find a teammate? No. Kankle is going to cut that off. Gage able to get a touch in the corner. Desu, 50s. Gage looking for a touch. Drops it down to Wild Dragon. Wild Dragon trying to get it clear. Unable to do so, but with 6 seconds to go, finally, Turbulence find a way, but it is too little too late. 5 seconds to go, 3 goals down.
Yeah,
Merchants are going to say bye-bye to Turbulence.
Yeah, low wake Turbulence, not a threat. Merchants definitely figured it out and was able to come out big in game 4 to secure themselves a 3-1 victory. We're going to see it right here, but Turbulence, they put up a good fight. They definitely wanted to make it interesting. We saw it in game 2, and it was still coming down to game 4 on whether or not they would be able to pull off a 2-2 and upset the Merchants, but Merchants just a little too strong, and I think this is one of the first times I haven't seen them swap out players, and I believe they might be trying to get something going for the playoffs and having a set roster, but Wild Dragon has done so well tonight that for me, I'm gonna have to give her the MVP.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm biased. I loved the car body that Dragon was using. It's not often you see too many people using anything in the hybrid hitbox, especially here in RSC, so I have to agree with you. Wild Dragon stepped up those last 2 games in particular, and just she was getting absolutely fed by her teammates. It was very strong on defense in this last game. Shout out to her.
Yeah, and definitely heads up plays by her as well, just deciding to play it safe, knowing that Turbulence just had to put something on net with the final kickoffs and just waiting back for it. So yeah, definitely big props to her. And I'm not sure if we're going to have actually we do have an interview coming up, so I believe it's going to be Tacos Bruh. And how are you doing after that final regular season match and the big 3-1 victory?
Oh, I'm feeling pumped up after that. That was a great win. I played way better than I did in scrims, so that's a sigh of relief right there.
Yeah, you guys
always
definitely
great when you play better in scrims. Sorry, my fault.
No, you're good. You're good. Go ahead.
No, it's always better when you perform better than you did in scrims, because your scrims were could be pretty telling sometimes if you played not as well. So I'm curious. I'm curious. In that game 2, after you guys shut them out, and then you nearly got shut out in game 2. What was your guys' thought process there? Like, did the change to Kankle just kind of throw you guys off, or was that something you were expecting?
I think the change really just threw us off. That was really it. We just we got a little confident, a little too overconfident after that first big win. Going for balls, doubles that we shouldn't have, stuff that happens. We got over it, came back, won the 3rd and 4th,
Man, makes it sound like it's no big deal.
No big deal, everyday stuff, especially with this team.
Yeah, I also wanted to know, were you guys the team that normally rotated players in and out throughout the season and the regular games?
Yeah, unfortunately, Pizza is not here tonight, so he wasn't able to get in, but he would definitely be in here if he was.
Yeah, I was waiting for the swap out after game 2, and I didn't see it come out, so I was a little curious to whether you guys had a roster going in for the playoffs, trying to get something properly set. But yeah, you guys seem to do pretty well no matter who's on the field. We just try and work around each other.
I have a lot of faith in almost anybody. Well, with anybody on this team. I'm really confident that they're going to go up and hit the ball, even if it doesn't even look like it. I believe they're going to go and hit it.
I love when people have confidence in their teammates. It's a really good thing. Shows really good team chemistry. You guys, I'm sure, have been working a lot over the course of the season, just whether it's with comms or just even just playing together outside of comms, and just seeing how, really getting a feel for how each other play. Obviously, as you know, the Turbulence were, on the outside, not able to get into playoffs. Did that give you guys a little bit more confidence going in, or were you just treating this like any other game? Like, even if you guys lost this, like, you were kind of treating it like, this is a playoff game. We're just trying to get done and dusted and hopefully not come out on the bad end.
Yeah, we didn't take it lightly at all. We take this as if this was match day game 1. So we're going in there as hot as we can, as fast as we can, as hard as we can, and we're gonna try and get it done. We weren't able to get it done tonight, but the 3-1 will do.
Yeah, 3-1 will do, and I believe that's all we have for the interview. Thank you for putting on a show for us tonight, Tacos, and also for the interview.
Of course.
All right, and I believe that's all we've got for the prospect matchup, but don't go anywhere. We have a veteran matchup coming up in just a moment. And before we go up, just feel free to follow on the Twitch, and we will have, and especially coming up in the next week, we're going to start having playoff matches. So definitely don't want to miss those, but don't go anywhere. We're going to be going to a quick break as we get set up for our next match.